Hey everyone. Today I want to talk about loneliness. Loneliness is something that I believe all of us experience at some point in our lives, if not quite often. And talking more specifically, I want to talk about a little bit about how both friendships, family, and then relationships. First, let's start with friendships. And all over the age spectrum, whether you're in elementary, junior high, high school, college, or right after college, or middle-aged and older. At all levels, there's always changes of friendships that go on. And during those different seasons and transitions, there are a lot of periods of loneliness. And so one, I would just want you to know that you're not alone and that usually it's only a season and it's usually for the better than worse. The positive side of it is you can take those for times to grow and look internal and see what things you really care about, what makes you excited, what things are important to you. And the hard part about these seasons is they're sad. And sometimes, friends might not invite you to certain things and you don't understand why. And then you wonder, well, what happened? Did I do something wrong? Am I not cool enough? Did I say the wrong thing? And you just get more questions and you get even less answers. And over time, though, you don't even need the answers. And sometimes just new friends show up. And also you look back and maybe you reconnect with old friends and time ends up making you stronger. And it's okay. So I just want to encourage you guys that no matter what you're going through now, and even though you may feel alone and you're sad, that it's only for a period of time. Next, I want to talk about relationships, specifically about breakups and divorce. Two things that there's a lot of different opinions on how you should handle them, or people just don't talk to you about it at all because it's uncomfortable. And that's what we're here for you for. We're willing to talk about the uncomfortable situations and topics because they need to be addressed. So first, talking about just dating relationships and going through a breakup, it is a time that's lonely, especially if you don't have necessarily a good group of friends that you feel support you or family that supports you. But again, it's okay. It's just a season of time. Use that time to look at yourself and grow the way you want to. Often we become like the other person, sometimes to make them like us more, or we think they want us to be a certain way, so we try to become into that. So sometimes there's more to the healing process than just getting over that person, but it's rediscovering who you are as a person and who you want to be and being confident in that. And going through a breakup, it can be challenging because you tend to ask a lot more questions about yourself and what went wrong and why would that person not want to be with you. And then talking about divorce. Divorce is a very challenging topic because yes, you're breaking up, but you are breaking a covenant of marriage. Something much deeper where the intent of marriage is to be with that person forever. But the hard part is you can't control any other person except for yourself. And from that, there is a lot of hurt from divorces, and there's far from enough healing for divorce. So I encourage you to reach out to people that you know would care and try to lean on the people that have a positive outlook and will just listen to you. People that ask you periodically, how are you doing? The ones that aren't afraid to talk to you about it. And we want to be there for you as well if you're going through a hard time like that and you feel lonely, because sometimes just talking about it and having someone who will listen is really helpful and really healing. And in the future, we're going to have someone on our channel, people who have been through divorces and have a good positive story that come out of it. People that have been through it and went through hell and had really hard times, lost friendships out of divorces, not just their loved one, but other people around them. But now, after a time of healing and dealing with it properly, they've gotten remarried and it's turned into a great thing. And so we would definitely want to have them on later. Lastly, I want to talk about family. Specifically, I want to talk about the lack of family and whether people have passed away or you are just in different areas of the world or the country and you don't get to see each other very often, or you just didn't have that much family to begin with. And I want to encourage you that that's okay, because your family doesn't always have to be related to you to call them family. There's plenty of people that are your friends that you've known your whole life, or people that might be in the same space as you. Maybe someone just has the same common interest. But often, there's people that love you like family more than you think. Sometimes we just aren't looking in the right places. Which leads me to the holiday season, specifically Thanksgiving and Christmas time. You might not have a place to go. I've had a conversation with someone that I worked with, and we were talking about, they asked me what I was doing for Thanksgiving, and I asked them, and they said they were planning on doing nothing, just planning on staying at home. And it took me off guard because I've never not been with my big family gathering. In fact, I go to 2 different places on Thanksgiving because I have to get around to all the family. And it's a blast, and I love it, and it's chaotic, and that's all I know. And then it opened up my perspective in my world a little bit to realize, even though I thought that was normal, that might not be normal. And so it made me think a lot, and it made me feel bad too, of just, there's a lot of hurting people that are alone. And it's a piece of loneliness that I haven't had to struggle with, but my mind's been open to it. So I encourage you, if you're one of those people that doesn't have anywhere to go on Thanksgiving, to be open-minded, to be willing to talk about it, to put your first foot forward and take a bold step. Ask someone. You'll be surprised that people are willing to have you over to their homes if you just ask, and it's hard. Reach out to a friend you haven't talked to in a long time but you used to be close with. Sometimes time is less of a separator than you think, and you can reach back out to that person and you can leave off exactly where you were, and you can rekindle a relationship, and it turns into more than what you ever could have thought it would have been, but it takes that first step. Also, maybe reach out to someone and tell them you're struggling with loneliness, because oftentimes people don't know. And then we get into this crazy cycle of thinking that no one cares, which puts us more alone, thinking our family doesn't care, then we become more alone, where sometimes people just aren't looking or noticing because they're not living in it like you are. You're feeling those emotions constantly. So I encourage you to share. Being open and communicating is a very powerful thing, and specifically as men, we're told not to. We're told to hold it in and just get over it. So hopefully during this holiday season, if you're feeling lonely, I encourage you to reach out. And we can be those people for you. Taylor and I would love to talk to you guys in the comments or message you guys, and we can even put our email down below so you can at least have someone to talk to or ask us for advice. And on the flip side, if you're one of the people like Taylor and I were, you're juggling trying to keep everyone in the family happy, and you're just running around crazy and you're eating 2 Thanksgiving dinners, it's our job and your job to look for the people that don't have anywhere to go. Because what if you're that missing link into making someone feel special or just not alone? And you'd be surprised that even just inviting someone makes them feel really loved. Even if they say no, that you took an action step and you made that person feel that at least someone thought about them.
Mm-hmm.
So please, this Thanksgiving season, invite at least one person. Invite a friend that you haven't talked to in a while, a coworker, someone that you least expect may have no one around them. So just ask questions that are needed and you'd be surprised. So happy Thanksgiving. Wish you guys the best, and we'll see you next time.